Hello, my name is Kevin Beamer, and I'm here to talk about the DP Computer Science program at Ann Arbor Huron High School, which is part of our International Baccalaureate Diploma program. Computer science is actually part of what is referred to as Group 4, which is the science that's chemistry, physics, biology, environmental systems and society, and computer science. I do teach both the advanced placement as well as the IB computer science. Within the AP world, I teach computer science A, which is straight coding in Java, and computer science principles, which is a much well-rounded version of computer science that does involve coding, discussion on the internet, cybersecurity, data representation, data management, and other computer science related things. That is really one of the big differences that I get asked about quite frequently. What are the differences between AP and DP computer science? AP computer science is a one-year class, whether you take CSA or CSP, and they both test content. Computer science A is straight coding in Java. Computer science principles, CSP, is as I just mentioned. And DP computer science actually encounters both of those subjects, both of those courses, and more beyond that. We do have the luxury of time, as DP computer science classes are both two-year classes, regardless of whether you are studying at the SL standard level or the HL higher level. Another difference is how our students earn credit that may be applied to the next level of their schooling for college credit, etc. Typically called your AP score or your DP computer science score. And that can be part of your diploma program, your diploma number. In computer science, in the AP world, you sit one paper, you sit one exam in the middle of May. CS principles, you actually sit one paper and have a project that's kind of like what we do in IB, but not quite. Whereas in DP computer science, you sit a series of several assessments. In computer science, it's typically three. In this COVID-infused year, the IBO, International Baccalaureate Organization, removed paper 2 from consideration, but we're assuming that that's going to come back online for next year. Paper 1 is all about the core of DP computer science. Paper 3 is about the case study, which we'll mention in just a few minutes. And paper 2, which was removed this year, and those concepts folded into paper 1, partly for social distancing, and they don't want kids to have to do those type of exams in a building, that's really about our option. And then the fourth component of a student's DP computer science score for the IBO is an internal assessment, which is a project that is graded and assessed by me locally here and then sent on to the IBO for moderation. And you can consider that very much like a content-based personal project that our 10th graders are experiencing right now at Huron. Personal projects, by contrast, can be on any subject, any topic, not even related to a school topic, maybe a source of interest. Internal assessments in all of our classes, our DP classes, are very much content related with a lot of individual choice. So that's how they're similar. The DP core for computer science is this group of four things: system fundamentals, computer organization, networks, and computational thinking, as well as whatever option each school has chosen. We have chosen object-oriented programming. So if I am going on that paper 1 that I just mentioned, would be over these 5 things for an SL student, and for an HL, it would be these 5 plus these additional 3: abstract data structures, resource management, and control. As our classes are both two-year classes and they are typically co-seated, that means that our SL students will experience these concepts in class, and I will assess them locally as part of their grade for school, but they will not be assessed on that for the IB. Paper 1, as mentioned, is question-based on the DP computer science core. a smaller subset for SL, and a larger subset for HL. Paper 2 is about the option. Again, as I mentioned, we've chosen object-oriented programming as our option, but there are 3 other choices that schools can choose from. We made our decision about OOP for a variety of reasons. And then because we're studying object-oriented program, we have to learn Java. Java is the lesson that is assessed on both the AP and the IB language-based assessments. And these are a couple of the online platforms that we have used this year to supplement our instruction. And undoubtedly, we will carry along components of things that we have learned these last 2 years virtually to whenever we get back in the classroom. Paper 3 is another difference between AP and IB computer science, in that it's a third paper that is essay-based, and you are given a case study, which is a scenario, to study for a year. And then at the end of that, you are asked to answer several questions on that case study from a variety of perspectives within IB, within computer science. For example, autonomous taxis. What might that be rooted in? Well, that certainly could involve system management and how networking works, and maybe cybersecurity and resource management. Computer science involves imaging and how data is represented, as well as ethical base. And there's a variety of questions you have to respond to on that. The turtle assessment is where we really differentiate between AP and DP computer science. This is the content-based solution that a student has to come up to solve a problem that is posed by a client. They develop a client contractor relationship, and they enter the feedback loop to build a successful solution to a project. Maybe they're going to write a scheduling tool, create an app, a seating chart designer or something, but they find a client and they work that out with them. And that assessment, that internal assessment, is assessed over these things. So it's not necessarily about just the quality of it like it was in personal project. It is also about how you reflect, how you go about discussing what you have encountered along the way. Finally, another distinct difference is that we, being part of Group 4, are part of a scientific-based team. And IB expects schools to offer an interdisciplinary project where the staff decides on a concept, and we create teams where each of those teams is comprised of a CS, a bio, a chem, a physics, and an ESS student, to where they create this multi-pronged solution or representation or research project on whatever the subject was. One of our past subjects was understanding erosion on the Great Lakes, and how a computer scientist might be utilized to solve that situation. And by the same token, the rest of those concepts as well. Finally, there's a reminder about how our IBS scores, our IBCS scores are determined and when they are. In computer science, all of our assessments are in the second year, in the May of the second year, with the internal assessment being turned in February of year 2. And finally, there are the percentages that each of these components weighs toward the eventual computer science score as part of their DP resume. Thanks for considering computer science as an option. I think it's a really exciting option for students to do. After all, computer science is really just problem solving with a really fun and cool tool. And if you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to send them along, and I'll answer them as best as I can. Thank you, and good day.